Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone, afternoon, or morning to all of you watching on YouTube, which, once again, thank you very much for coming to watch this special episode of MH Radio. And special, do you know why this is special, Mr. Cap?
I still don't know Pharrell, so maybe you can spill the beans now.
All right. So this episode of MH Radio is special because this will be the first official episode where we conducted in the on-site podcast room, everyone. Woohoo! You have to give it applause, man. So this will be the first time in the history of Media Harapan Islamic School that an MH Radio episode will be conducted in the podcast room. And today's topic is also very special as well because we will be discussing about music, specifically music as a way of life and the questions regarding that, of course. So first, of course, let me first introduce myself. My name is Fran Romantio. I am from grade 11 and I am your host for today. Next to me is...
Yo, what's up, everyone? I'm Mr. Calvin, Pharrell's English teacher.
Yes, sir. Well, actually, he was my former English teacher. Now, Miss Rina's teaching me. Hi, Miss Rina, if you're watching. And then my next guest is Fardan. Thank you for introducing yourself. And the next one, the last but not least, Fatan. All right, there you go. So we will now move on. Let's just move on to the first question, shall we, Mister?
Let's go!
Today we will be talking about music. Sir, music, sir.
Yes, that is a very interesting topic.
Why do you think music is an interesting topic, sir? Why do you all think music is an interesting topic?
Because I think music gives you some power to start your
I
day,
agree.
in my opinion.
Music for me is just, I mean, this is cliche, but music is definitely just one of those types of things that you cannot express it with your own words, so you go to music, like a lot of things as well. But music is a lot of things, sir.
Yes, I agree. Like, music will be like, it's like words but with life.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of music, let us go to the first question about the music questions. So, Mr. Calvin, Fardan, Fatan, which artists have you been listening to recently?
Okay, I think Fardan will go first, and
Yeah,
Fatan
Fardan.
and I will be the last one. And of course, you will be the last one, right?
Yeah, sure.
Or you will go first.
You know what? I'll give you an example. I'll go
Okay,
first,
okay.
so you can all follow my lead. So, let me give. I think. No. Let me give three artists that I've been listening to recently. I've been listening to the Beatles. I have their shirt here right now, if you can see the Beatles right here. I also been listening to, I guess, some of my favorites. Daily rotation that's been through the years, Lamar and Tyler Equator, but I think that's about it. So how about you, sir?
Okay, so for me, like my top three artists
recently,
Recently, I keep on listening to, of course, Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse.
All of their albums.
Yeah.
And the Forever Slayer.
Slayer. Yes, sir. Dan.
And
Slayer Dan.
yes. Yeah, for Dan, where are you? Okay, go.
Here.
So Fardan, give us your three artists that you've been listening to recently. Only three. Don't go to
So
six
only
again.
So I can't answer 4 or 5.
No, Dan.
Okay.
Three that you've been listening to recently.
Okay.
That's my student. If you ask
Um,
3, they give 4.
Okay, here. So recently I've been listening to Iron Maiden, of
Okay.
course, Slayer.
Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last one, Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, you know what?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Because I did
Ozzy.
metal.
Okay.
Because I
What about you,
know.
Fun? What are the three artists you've been listening to recently?
So I've been listening to some Indonesian music, like Pine
Yeah.
Tendu, and some Japanese.
Oh
That's okay.
yeah, oh yeah.
Wow,
When you was driving, you did play Japanese in the car.
And
Wow.
Joe Satriani.
Okay.
For that, that's a good progress, eh?
yeah.
You listen to Japanese now.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So moving on to the next question. Okay. Do you have any favorite artists, albums, or plays of all time? So I'm just gonna give an example too. I'm gonna start from me. I'm gonna give my 3 favorite artists of all time. Okay, not recently, of all time. and I'm gonna explain why I listen to them, and also my favorite album from them. So Fardan, don't name six, and don't go, don't go to length with them. Okay. So first, my favorite artist of all time would be Kendrick Lamar. I just think that his lyricism is just so incredible, and I really, well, I don't relate, but at the same time, I understand what he's trying to say. And then my favorite album from him will probably be 2015 to Pimp a Butterfly, or his 2017 album. And then my second favorite artist would be Frank Ocean. I cried to a lot of his music, so that should explain it. And my favorite album is Blonde. And then after that, it will be Pink Floyd or Kanye West. Kanye West. I'll just say Kanye West because he's Kanye, and my favorite album is Life of Pablo. So how about you, sir?
Okay, so I think my answers are similar with the first question, but the first one, I can pick Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse.
One of my
For the
favorite
Slayer?
artists. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So first is Cannibal Corpse. The second one will be Slayer. All of their albums. And the third one is Chris Cornell or Soundgarden. Like yeah,
Soundgarden.
Yes, listen to Chris Cornell's voice is like just amazing, and the
They listen to
lyrics-
Alice in Chains,
So-
by the way, sir.
Yes, so yeah, I think that's my top 3 best artists of all time. Okay.
How about you, Dan? Don't make a whole paragraph about them. Okay, just simple sentences.
Okay, so here it is. I mean, my personal favorite artists are actually a lot, but here, the 3 of them. So the first one is Iron Maiden, of course. I
Okay.
like their current album, which is Senjutsu, and
Okay.
Slayer. Yeah,
Okay,
Slayer. Yeah. My personal favorite album of all time for Slayer is Rain in Blood, South of
Okay.
Heaven, and Seasons in the Abyss. That 3. And Avenged Sevenfold. It's like the self-titled album, and also Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold. It's
Okay.
my favorite.
So how about you, Fat? Top 3? You can also mention
My
albums.
first one is Guns N' Roses. My favorite
Okay,
album
yeah,
is Use Your Illusion. And second one is Metallica, Master of Puppets.
Yep.
And third one is Led Zeppelin.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I like that we all gave different answers as well.
Okay.
And it's pretty diverse. So next question, specifically for Mr. Kevin. How did you employ music as media for teaching us and learning in Emma as well?
Okay, so that's a interesting question for all. But throughout the years of teaching here in our school, I can incorporate music in our learning. I think I have several examples. Like for example, if you can remember our school play, we incorporate music there in your
Yeah,
lines.
I
and
agree.
it is very effective to see kids,
Yeah.
you know.
And you encouraged
sing.
me to like choose my own song like to rap about, right?
Yes. And you know, some kids they don't know that they have talents in music. But if you just give them a chance, they will discover.
I agree.
Second one is like poem compositions.
Okay.
Like without tune, it's just like a poem. But if you put instrumentals, it becomes a song.
I agree.
Okay. And I think the last one is like in applying figures of speech. You know, I think the best way to
Sure.
apply figures of speech is through songs.
I
And
agree.
yes,
Definitely. Especially with lyrics as well.
having music in our lessons, like students don't know that they're learning, but instead they're having fun,
Yep.
and at the same time they're learning. So I can say that those are the things that I can incorporate music in our lessons.
I agree. So next question is for us students, me, Fardan, Fatan. In our MHA lifetime, were there any projects related to music composition, and how does teachers support us in completing this project? Well, obviously, first thing that comes to mind is probably PBL. Even though I don't really like the whole concept of PBL, I'm sorry I'm ranting, but that definitely does come to mind first. You know, you have to add background music and stuff, you know, and music as well in PBL. But how about you guys?
Okay, can I go first?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Actually, yes, PBL. one of the project that related to music composition is PBL. But I have another projects, but it is out of school. Is it okay? Okay.
Sure,
This
sure.
is out of
Go ahead.
out of the school agenda. Yeah, it's cover side project when I don't have any duties left for school right now. And I'm currently working to cover a punk rock song from the iconic punk
Okay, my God,
Raymond.
fine.
Which band is
From the
that
iconic
for done?
Raymond's.
song?
Raymond's.
Raymond.
Again?
So the Raymond's.
Mr. Raymond?
No, Raymond's.
Oh, okay. I thought they just missed Mr. Raymond so much. Don't make me jealous for done. Okay, move
The song-
on, move on.
How about you, Fun?
The
How about you,
song is-
Fun?
No, wait, I'm not done yet.
Okay,
The
fine.
song is
Hang on.
The song is-
Let him finish.
He's finishing his whole
The song is
paragraph
called
that he
We
wrote
Want
down.
the Airwaves. That one. The song is called We Want the Airwaves. I don't know about the teachers, but I think they really support me for my cover to be done with a good result of it.
I agree. They're supportive. Okay, thank you, Dan. How about you, Fun? What does cross your mind when it comes to music and our school MHA?
I think it was in grade 8 when the Independence Day performance.
Oh
Do you remember
yeah, how can I forget
me?
about that?
Me, Prana, Michelle, and Karen. We played together. It's an Indonesian song, so I played the guitar. And so it wasn't the MHA teachers who taught us how to play, but it was Michelle's father.
That was dope. You know, that was a cool. That was a core memory. You know.
Yep.
Okay, next question. Oh, this is a pretty deep question. Jumping into straight to it. How much do you think music has contributed to changing society? Wow. Wow.
Okay.
You,
Am I going to answer first, Tara, or you're
I,
going
I
to
can,
listen
I can
to
go
for
first if you
done?
want, sir.
Again?
I can go first if you want.
Okay, go Farrell.
I feel this is very, very deep. Do you remember that case of the Haiti earthquake or tsunami, sir, back then? 2011, I think?
Yes.
It was like a couple of artists band together and sang songs to raise the nation, right? So like, I think there was like almost a couple of billion for that disaster. I feel music can definitely bring people together. And speaking of, but in terms of recent events, I feel as though in 2020, it was the Black Lives Matter movement. Like there was a lot of songs that was talking about that topic, you know, about freedom and stuff. I feel like it contributed at least a bit to what was going on throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think music contributes a lot to society.
I agree. But how about you guys?
So who's gonna start first?
I mean, it's anything, sure. If you want to if you want to read the whole paragraph again, then it's fine.
Okay, so I think Fatan go first.
All right, okay. What about you, Fun? How do you think music changed society?
Let me see. I guess it changes the way we look at other people. So
I agree with
so
that.
now we judge people based on the taste of music, right? A lot of people do that now. So I think it does have some positive and negative impacts.
I agree with that. I agree.
Okay, that was nice. For time.
Yeah,
How about you for done? Before I say my opinion, how about you for done?
Yeah, how about you?
Okay, so I think it is about around 80% that music changes society, and even us. If I'm not mistaken, when heavy metal was invented in the early 1970s,
Oh, we're talking
a lot
about
of
history
people-
now,
yeah.
eh?
Wow,
lot of people-
brother, with the
Go on for
music
that.
history. Dropping the history bomb on us. Okay.
I'm afraid Mr. Pepin will lose his job.
You know,
We have a new
early
music
19
teacher now.
Pardon the music teacher.
Go for that.
Go ahead.
when heavy metal was invented in the early 1970s, a lot of people start to think that, this is the heavier form of rock and roll music with a heavier intensity. And because of that, a lot of people start to headbanging while listening to it. And sometimes it could affect people to become, more enthusiastic to start their own daily lives, daily activities. And of course, don't forget, Sometimes listen to hard banging music like heavy metal and its subgenres while doing some workout makes you to have more energy and spirit while doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
agree.
agree with that, eh?
Actually, it's interesting that you brought up like the 70s because now it came to my mind like the 90s. The 90s also like had a lot of I've dig around my stuff. I dig around also about music history and stuff, sir. And like I've recently realized that like there's a lot of people who were talking about civil rights movement or even like their lives and like how not to like basically a lot of things that definitely does influence people, especially like as their lyrics can influence
Yes.
other people. Like I feel like one example would be definitely like hip hop or rap, and I feel you know Tupac, sir.
Yes, I know him.
Yeah, because like I've heard a lot of people talk about how much influential he was in the '90s, especially to the children, talking to it, basically talking to them to his lyrics and stuff. You know, growing up with them, and like it's definitely a deep subject. I agree. But how about you, sir? Your
Yes, I mean, I think this question will give us like 2 hours of discussion.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
let us just shorten this one. I think in a broader sense, music can help or contribute changes in society in various forms.
opinion?
First is like in my opinion, through music, fashion trends,
Oh,
fashion trends will be injected to society.
I agree.
Like for now,
Like,
when K-pop
yeah,
pops out,
K-pop and like
if you notice our social or pop culture now,
even
most-
metal as well.
Yeah,
Metal.
teens are
K-pop,
listening
yeah.
to Korean fashion
For
now.
sure.
And if they are listening to metal, if they're listening to pop songs,
I agree.
probably like 99% kids will follow what the artist is using, right?
I agree.
Okay, so first is fashion. Second one will be awareness.
Mm.
Like if you go back to history, music is the bridge between the officials, the people, and the rest of the world. Like if there are war happening, like if you go back far down, if you go back to the Black Sabbath song entitled "War Pigs," that song is talking about war.
Yes.
But in music, so you are not just reading about war, but at least you are unconsciously reading history. Like if you want to learn about the Vikings, we have a band like Amon Amarth.
Mona Mars.
We're just listening to music at the same time you are learning about Vikings,
Yeah,
and so on and so forth. So those are the changes that music can inject to society. And the last one is economy. Like as what you have said, like during if we have disasters, artists can create a concert, raise funds, and the charity fund can be given to the people, right? So yeah, we just don't feel it directly, but music has a lot of impact to us. So I think first is fashion, awareness, and uh, economy. So I think that's my opinion.
We can. We can
I want to add something.
Go ahead, go ahead,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
Go
Go,
ahead.
add for
Go
that.
ahead, done. Go ahead, done.
So if you want to learn history throughout metal music, you can listen to Sabaton.
Okay.
I mean, their music is, a lot of historical themes have been used in their songs, like defense of Moscow and the other things like that.
Okay, last question. Which unique career regarding music inspires students to be achieved in the future, especially for you, Mr. Kevin?
Okay,
What do you think?
I think in the future, like for those students who are consciously enough that they are conscious that they have musical talent. Yeah, I think they can go to the way that to become like a music producer, music arranger, or even a singing career or an entertainer.
I agree.
So yes, I think those lines of career in the future are very beneficial if you have talent. But I mean, there are also skills that they can be learned, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think especially now technology
Yeah.
is rampant and we're dominated with technology. Even though you really don't have the musical talents, but through learning and using technology, you can be into the music business. I think for me, music producer, composers, like you don't have good, you are very poetic.
Yeah.
You can be a music composer for an artist, right?
Yeah.
Or just like a musical technician like that. So I think those careers will be provided in the future for the students.
You know, I used to be. I think in grade 8, I had a phase when I wanted to be a rapper. I mean.
Oh yeah, well, what happened, Farah? Why don't
No,
you?
sir.
Why didn't you pursue being a
No,
rapper?
of course, obviously now I know what I really want. I want to be a film director and film writer. But that's
Yeah, why not? Like you are producing a film at the same time you are making your own musical scores. You know?
no. I feel like people, especially like students my age, they have dreams, you know, and like
Yeah.
some want to be
But
musicians.
I think for Fardan and Fatan, this is obvious that these two guys will be guitarists, right? Like, yeah. I don't know with them. How about you, Fardan and Fatan? Are you going to pursue your musical careers or what?
Or as a hobby only. What do you guys think?
No, I'm just gonna keep it as a hobby because I don't see where my
Oh,
career goes if I choose that
you're
path.
not going to be serious with playing the guitar.
No, no, sir.
No, Fatan? Oh,
No, but you already know what he's going to.
how about Fardan? How about you?
Oh yeah, Dan, didn't you tell me that you wanted to be a musician before?
It's for my second option.
Oh, second option. So metal is just a second option then, eh?
No.
No.
Don't worry about that.
Oh, don't discourage me for that. No, we need to spread the word. Right?
He's like the most metal and rock enjoyer student in the whole school. Right, Dan? You're metal and rock enjoyer, right?
Of
You
course.
can see what metal can do to Fardan. He become more enthusiastic and more
For sure.
responsible student,
For
right?
sure.
Okay, let's go on, Fardan.
Well, that is all for the questions. Believe it or not, this has been an episode, sir. I actually really like enjoying recording it here. I feel like this is as a venue, this is amazing, and I think future MH Radio episode will be better than this one. So, do you have any last words to say, sir? Or
Yes,
Fardan or Fatan?
yeah, I think I'm talking to all the teachers. Like, if you are incorporating music to your teaching or to your lessons, it will be more effective. So for me, like, if only I have known that I become a teacher, I should have, cemented my musical talents and use it. But we just really don't know the future holds. So again, to all of my friends who are inspiring to be a teacher in the future, yeah, you can hone, you can sharpen your musical skills, and at the same time, you become an effective teacher. Like at the same time too, you can enjoy teaching, enjoy music, and you will have an effective learning processes.
I agree.
So I think that's all I can say. And yes,
So,
long live metal, Fardan and Fatan.
Only
Well, how about you, Fat and Dan? Do you have any last words to say before we end our first live MH Radio episode?
Here it is. Music is a great choice for you.
He's getting poetic. He's getting poetic right now. Continue that. Man.
Music is a great choice for you guys to enjoy your life
Sir.
whenever you go, whatever you do, and whatever the thing that you want to do. And of course, do not forget that someday a genre
Yeah, I'm so sorry, bro. When you're speaking,
And I
so
think
like,
the
you're
answer
speaking like okay, okay. You're speaking like a
That
poet, bro. Like music. Someday, one day we will have victory. Yeah, it's fine, bro. You can speak like. But I agree. Music is something, man. So you have great words. You have great choice of words done. But how about you, Fun? Do you have any last words?
I'm just looking forward for the next image review.
Yeah, me too, me too. I want to see how much.
Yes,
How much
and
you
yes,
agree?
before this episode will end, yeah, I think you would agree with this statement, Farrell. Like music connects us all.
I agree. For
No
sure.
matter what music genre are we into,
Yeah.
as long as we enjoy it, and yes, there's no problem whatever genre you're listening to. And at the same time, yeah, we are just enjoying the gift of music that can bring with us.
For sure.
It can give us joy, happiness at the same time. Just enjoy the gift of music, right?
Yes, sir.
Enjoy your
Well,
music.
everyone, that is. Yes,
Enjoy your
Fardan,
music.
let's go,
Yes,
Fardan.
Fardan.
Enjoy your music. Whatever,
Everyone, that is
whatever
all
the
for
genre is.
today for this episode. Can't believe that we officially. I still can't believe that we officially have a podcast room, and so great as well. I love this. But hopefully, stay tuned for the next MH Radio episodes. Which will hopefully be here as well. And that is all. I am your host once again, Farrell Romancio. With me, Mr. Kevin, Fatan, Fardan, and well,
And goodbye for that.
goodbye. Adios, everyone. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Everyone,
warahmatullahi
have a good
Salamat.
time.